Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Dave Golikoff. Today we're going to be covering that NBA game between the Houston Rockets and the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, the Rockets, they've added Josh Smith to their roster after the Pistons released him this past Monday. But it's still uncertain if he's going to suit up for this game or not. Anyways, Houston's coming into this game with a 20-7 straight-up mark and 15-12 against the spread. They've also won 8 of their last 11 games. Now, Dave, considering that they won their last game against Memphis, do you think we can see a little bit more of the same?
I think so. I mean, they're definitely going to be in this game. This is a match of two of the best teams in the Western Conference, two of the best defensive teams in the NBA. Really, for me, what this is going to come down to is actually injuries. I know I talked about some other stuff in the article, but you take a look at the line right now, at least at the time of recording. We record these a bit earlier in the day. There's no line right now because we're not sure about Zach Randolph and Tony Allen for the Memphis Grizzlies. But if those guys don't play, I think Houston is going to roll in this game or have a much easier time. Last time they were in Memphis, they got absolutely flattened, and I think that's still on their mind a little bit. They've, boosted the lineup a little bit. Josh Smith, we're not sure, but Corey Brewer gave them a boost. That's a guy they traded for last week too. Scored 12 in his latest outing. So this is a team that's missed out on Chris Bosh, lost Chandler Parsons in the offseason, but you know what? In the long run, they've done better for themselves, and looking at this specific game, they're more than capable of winning this game for sure.
All right, now that might help that Memphis has actually dropped their last 3 games going up against Chicago, Cleveland, and Utah. And in those 3 games, they've allowed 102 points in average. That's pretty opposed to their season average of 97 points per game allowed per game. Now, do you think that they could correct the ship and regroup in this game? I mean, they already beat Houston once this season, right?
Yeah, I think this is the Christmas break couldn't have come at a better time for the Grizzlies. I think this is a perfect example of where a little break in the schedule helps you out. Memphis had a tough stretch last week. I mean, Cleveland at Chicago, or either way, it was maybe home to Chicago at Cleveland. Right. Either way, the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference, and then all of a sudden you come home and play Utah. A bit of a letdown factor. They did fall asleep in that game, and they ended up losing at home. But it seems like the break comes at the perfect time for them. They haven't lost 3. They've only lost 3 times at home all year. It's unexpected to see them lose 3 times in a row here at home because they did obviously lose their last 2 at home. It's a team that's been one of the best in the NBA defensively, obviously struggling a little bit over the last week or so in their last 3 games. So great time for them to get a break, to regroup, to get back to what's made them so good. And as long as they're healthy tonight, I think they can definitely pull this off.
All right, Dave, so what do you think we should actually bet on? I mean, we know that the line isn't available yet, but, I mean, either way, where should we actually put our money?
I think you definitely have to keep an eye on the waiver wire because that's going to swing my play here. If Zach Randolph is in the lineup and is playing, then I think you go with the Grizzlies. They just, I just look back to that last meeting with Houston. They absolutely own them at home. They've won something like 7 of the last 8 home meetings with the Rockets. They match up well. They're good defensively. They just match up well defensively with the Rockets and know how to limit them. If Randolph is out, though, then I think you have to lean to the Rockets. I'm not 100% sure about Josh Smith's status. Nobody really is right now, but this is a Rockets team that probably will want revenge for their last outing in Memphis. They're playing a little bit better than the Grizzlies right now, and when you remove a guy like Randolph, that's a big deal. My gauge on the situation in terms of injuries, it looks like Tony Allen will play, and my guess is that Randolph doesn't play, so that makes my play actually a play on the Rockets.
All right, good stuff. Hey, Dave, thanks a lot for all the insights, man, and we'll talk some more basketball again next week. And for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.